Alright, so we're out here on Falls Lake today. Falls Lake's right in the heart of the Piedmont area. It's between Raleigh-Durham and where I live in Creedmoor. So it's really accessible to everything. The fishing out here, the fish aren't as big as you're going to catch up at Carr Lake, but there's an assortment of cats in here. We actually caught a blue cat here yesterday. There's channel cats, there's bullheads. They're really honed in on these scents. So we soaked some small pieces of shad this morning in Catfish Nectar. Let them soak through the morning while we're fishing at Carr Lake, and then came out here this evening and put some baits in the water just for the heck of it to see what we could catch. Tons of bullheads, tons of channels, pretty steady action.
We got some weight to them.
Considering that's your first catfish over 2 pounds, we don't know yet.
That's very true. We haven't seen a boat either.
Ooh. Good old 10.
Start. Alright.
Now he's wrapped.
That is much larger than the first fish I've ever caught. This is the biggest catfish I've ever caught in my, like, 10 pounds at least.
Mitch, you might actually need to get the net for this one. We'll see. Ooh.
Almost like channel cat.
Look at the belly on that thing.
Boy,
Not missing any meals this time of year.
the boy be eating. You got a double? Big red.
Steady action out here on Falls Lake. If I can keep this one out of the
Another channel.
Another hogger. Angry little guy.
Nice little pair of channel catfish we got. Hit back to back. That's the fun thing about channels. Once they get into a feeding frenzy, it's just non-stop. So we've got these guys worked up today. All right, just gonna talk a little bit about the setup here. I'm set up for fishing Carr Lake, so my gear is probably a little bit heavy for the fish we're targeting out here. I'm using a medium heavy Big Cat fever rod, but you can certainly get by with something lighter. Spinning tackle is great for these smaller catfish. I'm running an Akuma Classic Pro bait caster, 30-pound mono, but again, you can downsize that. I think you'd be fine with 15, 20-pound mono out here. On the business in here, it's as simple as it gets. The classic catfishing rig called Carolina rig. I've just got a 3-ounce sinker here, egg sinker. Got a little bead that just helps protect the knot there as the weight comes down and smashes into that knot. And then just a regular old barrel swivel, nothing fancy. I've got a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. Mono will work just fine. And then because we're using smaller baits, got a much smaller hook here. What I've got here is a 3-aught. I'd say anything from a 3-aught to a 5-aught hook should be fine. Just make sure you're matching your hook size to the bait size and the size of the fish that you're targeting. So that's the rig, pretty simple, doesn't get much easier than that, and that's what makes this kind of fishing so fun.
Today's episode of Pautzke Outdoors is coming to you from Falls Lake here in the Raleigh-Durham area. We're just outside of Durham, and we did not expect to be here today. We started the day off at Carr Lake, got a nice 15-pound blue cat right off the bat. We expected the day to be banner right after that. Sure enough, I checked the weather app. Storm clouds started rolling in. Oddly enough, before we got to the lake, there was no chance of rain at all. No rain expected. We didn't bring the top. We didn't bring any rain gear, and with it being about 30 degrees, we got the heck out of there and drove south. Unfortunately, we had to drive all the way to Falls Lake to get out of the rain, and with it already being the afternoon, we lost about 3 to 4 hours of fishing. We decided to come out here and just try our luck. We don't fish Falls Lake for catfish often, but we figured, you know what? It's better than doing nothing today. Came out here, got a couple of really fat bullhead. Some of the nicest bullhead I've seen in a long time, actually. And some nice eater channel catfish. And as you can see, you just get out in a channel, anchor up, throw some baits out there, and sure enough, you're gonna get into the action just like we did.